Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear students, as you all know that though this your syllabus because of this pandemic has been reduced some percentage of it, so this coordination and linking chapter is not there, but I want you all to know about it because I'm not very sure what will happen in the exam. There is no harm in having extra knowledge, and this is just a revision of all the units you have already learned about your nutrition chapter, respiration, transportation, nervous system, reproductive system. How are all these systems getting linked together to perform the perfect functioning of your body? Is that what you are supposed to know it? So please go through it, prepare into it. Don't just leave it because it's out of syllabus. You are not learning things only to pass the exams, but it should be helpful to you in future also. So let me share this video with you all and explain you how this coordination and linking system helps in our body for the proper functioning of our body. What happened to it? So let us see how the coordination in life process takes place. So if you look like, and if you assume that a human body is like a machine and it has got a complex structure that it appears, as you see robots or any machinery, how is it functioning? So all these machineries have got inspired by a human body. How are the various systems in the human body are working together and brings about the coordination in the entire life process. If you look at respiration, recently some Sumaya, I think it's only Sumaya who is getting doubts. It looks as if she is not understanding, and all of you are very well understanding the topic so very well. I should take it for granted that you all know it. So it is also called as a catabolic process. She was asking me, why is, ma'am, that combustion is how can we compare catabolism and combustion? So combustion is a process where something is burnt, immediately, and fuel is burnt and it's converted into energy. Whereas the catabolism, the human process in respiration, is called as a catabolic process, but here it's not burnt like that. It's in a stepwise manner. The process in living organisms like respiration, digestion, blood circulation, excretion, nervous system, these all work in coordination. Then only you can lead a healthy life. Then only does all the functions in your body can properly be performed and taken place of. So this is how it happens, and you all know these systems very well. Anywhere you get, you can again discuss, go through, revise your chapters. If you're getting confusion anywhere, or do contact me. The parts of the digestive canal or the gut that are involved in digestive process, and the food is broken, you know it very well, what are the various enzymes and how the food is getting broken down into smaller pieces and are getting absorbed into the blood and giving you energy. So every process is depend on one another, and that is how, that is the only way of keeping your body in a good condition. So you can see that you have got the blood circulatory system, a small mechanism of hunger. When you feel hungry, what are the actual hunger pangs? What are the hormones? We have even learned about the ductless glands or the endocrine hormones. How do the hormones aid in the proper functioning also? And again, it has to be in the right amount, and right quantity has to be released in your body for its proper functioning. So you generally you feel hungry, and then your hunger depends upon various factors. Certain times you had eat, you just smell the food and you start feeling hungry. When you taste the food, you start feeling hungry. You look at the food and you're tired and exhausted. So these all are the aspects when you feel it, because all your sense organs, all your five sense organs, you see with your eyes, you smell with your nose, you taste with your tongue, and this all, when they are coordinating, then only you feel, its coordination is very much required. That's what you generally feel. If you have got cold, then the taste buds also gets affected. So a major cause for feeling hungry lies in the physiology of your body. There are the different substances that are generally maintained into the blood, mainly by our digestive system. Our digestive system is maintaining, the proper, for example, a simple example, you all know it very well nowadays, most of the, because Hyderabad has become a hub of diabetic center. So people, if glucose level, required amount of glucose level has to be, that is something around 100 fasting, it should not be more than 100 mg per blood, in your blood, quantity of it. If it is more, there are some certain units depending upon the different machineries, or whatever are the this thing are reagents that are used to test the sugar in the blood level. So if it is more than that, it is a person is supposed to be suffering with diabetes. So this has to be very well maintained by you, until and unless your digestive system is also not functioning properly. And supposing once the level of the sugar falls, immediately the hunger pangs start. The people, you must be seeing the insulin dependent people, if they do not get food on time, and the low sugar level reduces, they may even go into coma. It can become so dangerous. So the maintenance of your sugar level is very important. When this level falls down, we feel hungry, and this again involves a series of protein productions. And there are there's a hormone that is responsible for your hunger pan, is called ghrelin. Ghrelin, once it is secreted in the body, you feel that hunger pangs. So here, your endocrine system is also very important. Certain times you see that from morning till evening, you say that you are not feeling hungry. So there is something wrong. Certain times when you are in tension, also a lot of anxiety. At that time, what happens? Your whole endocrine system gets disturbed. The master pituitary gland that is near your forebrain has to function to allow all these hormones get secreted into your body on proper time. So if this ghrelin is not secreted in the walls of your stomach, this hormone is secreted only into the walls of your stomach. If it is not secreted, once it is secreted, and your muscles of your stomach starts contracting, and that's how, you start feeling hungry. And it generates a signal that reaches the brain, and from the brain to the stomach. And these are the diencephalon of your forebrain, the part of a forebrain called diencephalon, and the vagus nerve. This all you have learned about it in your nervous system. They play an important role in carrying out these signals to the brain, and from the brain to your stomach, to understand these hunger pangs. And then only you will be in a position to understand that you feel hungry. And this lasts for 30 to 45 minutes. Increased level of ghrelin results in the sensation of hunger and motivation to consume food. So you start feeling that you had to. Certain times, children, they start saying that they're feeling even pain in the stomach. If it takes a long duration to, immediately they need to consume something. And once your stomach is full, then the other hormone called leptin is secreted. So leptin suppresses your hunger. Once you are filled and you don't need, then leptin is secreted. So leptin is used for to suppress the hunger, and ghrelin to arouse the hunger. Now, we usually take food and even your cycle, your body is so used to your cycle. Every person, there are people who take breakfast. They have the fixed timing, 7 a.m. breakfast, 1 p.m., the lunch time, and 6 p.m. is the dinner time. So if it is fixed, your body biological cycle is set accordingly, and you generally feel hungry at that time, whichever is fixed according to your daily routine. And every day you usually start feeling hungry at that regular time. So what are the outcome of the sensation of hunger? If you look at the different organs or the systems that are involved in your digestive process, as I told you, taste and smell are ones very closely related to each other. Until unless you do not have the flavors or the smell, you don't find the food very tasty. So here your nasal and your taste buds, they both are connected with each other. And as you have suffering with cold, like having cold, cough, your sensation, because your taste buds are not functioning properly, you're not able to smell because your nose is sick. So then also, you don't feel like eating. This is going to affect indirectly. So they both have to, if your nose is not well, even your tongue is supporting it, and both of them are working in coordination with each other. Even sweet, salt, sour, bitter, and unani tastes that you have on your taste buds gets affected, and then you don't feel like eating. All these buds, different buds that are available in your on your tongue. And smell definitely enhances your perception for food that we eat, and the interaction between these senses are very important. To know that, let us do a small activity. You can take fenugreek, zira and somph, potato and apple. So this fenugreek is actually methi, which is mentioned here, but you have to use, at home, you please do this. What you do is you keep your fingers on your nose closed, because don't smell it. When you're easily with the smell of somph and zira powder, you'll be able to know what it is. So don't do that. You keep your nose closed and eat zira powder, zira seeds. Chew zira seeds. And then, what you do is pop in some zira in your mouth and chew it for some time. Do this experiment. It's very easy, and you will be able to make out how the smell is helping in your sensation of taste and hunger. And after some time, you wash your mouth and repeat the same activity by chewing a piece of apple followed by a potato. So what are you doing is, you just close your nose, and then you eat zira seeds, and then the somph seed, then wash your face, and then wash your mouth thoroughly, and again you try eating apple, then followed by potato, and all the time make sure that your nose is closed. While you're chewing, we can find that various tastes, because all these are dissolved in saliva. Until and unless, that is the reason, once you are taking some liquids, immediately you can sense the taste, whereas because they're in the liquid form. Whereas when you're taking some solid, until and unless that gets the saliva, makes it, saliva dissolves it, your taste buds cannot taste it. So saliva plays a very important role in digestion, as you all know it. So here what is happening, so if you want to taste the food material, the food has to be dissolved in saliva. Until and unless it's not dissolved, you won't feel. On the other hand, we can taste the food that is in the form of liquid only. As I told you, liquid food, immediately it is dissolved one. And then the different, and you just see when a person is having hypoglycemia, low glucose level, we don't give them solids at that time. Immediately glucose is glucose water they had to drink, or intravenous that has to be supplied in the body to bring back the level of glucose. So there are different types of taste buds that are present on the tongue. And these are dissolved cup-like taste buds, and the sense of the taste is carried to the brain for analysis. So what is your brain doing? Whether it is zira or sof, that you get that you realize after this message is sent to your brain, and then only we will know the taste of the food material, until and unless it doesn't go there. The airborne substances that are dissolved in watery film of nasal muscles, even the smell, until and unless you don't have those nasal mucus inside, that doesn't get dissolved, and you will not be able to smell things. So the chemoreceptors in the nose are otherwise called as the olfactory receptors, which triggers the signals in the form of a nerve impulses to the brain. Smell is detected. Then only these chemoreceptors, chemo is chemical substances that are there in the nose, that is in your olfactory receptors, that triggers the signals. And this forms your nerve impulses to detect the smell of the food. Similarly, you take food into your mouth, the taste buds send signal to the brain. Immediately the signals are sent by the taste buds to your brain. Until unless your brain is not, this all are having, you can just see the machinery that is developed by Almighty in our body. Micro fraction of seconds, these all are, you are able to detect through your brain cells. And thanks to the great scientists who could observe and find out all this. And that is what in Quran, it keeps on telling you to ponder on everything. Think about how the things are going out. But we don't ponder. We love rote learning, and we just study only for marks. If this coordination linking is not there in the exams, we are not bothered to know about it. But your curiosity and knowing all this is to maintain a good health for your own self. And picking up the slight difference in smell, food tastes are identified by our brain. And let us do one more activity. Take a pinch of asafoetida powder or garlic and rub it on your handkerchief or tissue paper. When you are taking this pinch of this this I think you must be, mostly we are using it in